Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Creative. I am Mr. G. V. Pujari working as an assistant professor in Sharad Institute of Technology College of Engineering. Friends, I am having my channel Creative. On this channel, I am uploading the content related with technical engineering and non-technical content like general knowledge purpose. So friends, I am requesting you initially subscribe my channel so that you will not miss any kind of notification whatever the videos I am going to upload in next time. So friends, in the last video or last lecture we have started this topic drawing of assembly and details. So friends, in this drawing of assembly and details we have seen about the introduction, why this assembly drawing and detail is important according to your machine drawing subject, and also important point from industry purpose. So also we have seen details about the drawing, why this detailed drawing is important. Then friends, also we have seen like what is requirement of good detailed drawing content. Then friends, also we have seen this assembly and drawing, what is the mean of assembly drawing, and also we have seen the good assembly drawing should satisfy how many things. Then friends, we have started this point in our last lecture like types of assembly drawing. So in this friends, first point is a design assembly drawing. So drawing made at the time of design stage on large scale. So friends, at the time of preparation of assembly drawing we require to take care, and we require to, when if you check at the time of drawing in assembly drawing, then you will be able to find what kind of fault will occur while we are going to do a manufacturing or while we are going to do actual assembly. So that's why at design stage very much important thing. So also friends, whatever the drawing it must be a foolproof. So foolproof drawing means whatever dimension, whatever GD&T, whatever sizes we have kept on a drawing, that must be actually able to manufacture, that must be able to actual assemble, because at the time of drawing we can understand what kind of dimension we have kept on a drawing, whether it is manufactured or not, what kind of tolerance we are expecting from the machine, that the designer must understand that what is the capacity of machine, what is the presence inside our company, which type of machines, and what is your expectation, that whatever the geometric dimensioning tolerancing we require to keep as per our machine capacity, so that at the time of manufacturing there will not be any kind of problems. Because friends, if you keep such kind of tolerances, that is will not be achieved on our machine, then friends it is required very difficult to manufacture inside. So maybe cost maybe increases because tolerances are very big thing. Okay, and every whatever tolerance, if tolerance is very low, if very super finish required for your component, the cost of manufacturing is going to increase. If cost of manufacturing is going to increase, that is directly affecting on cost of your product. So that's why everything we require to take care while we are designing a assembly drawing. Then friends, layout of assembly drawing shows how the part to be assembled with their basic proportion and dimension. So friends, layout drawing will understand you how your part is going to do a assembly. So in a assembly line, you can understand friend, in a big industries there is a having assembly line, and the workers those are working on an assembly line, he required to do assembly of every component. So friends, if there is a no drawing is available, what will happen? If drawing is not available, he required to first, every time he required to make a match whether this part is able to fit or not. Every time he required to check whether the part is able to assemble or not. Then he is going to waste number of productive time. So you know this friends, in a two-wheeler, four-wheeler company, there is a having there some kind of targets. So what kind of they are going to manufacture how many number of vehicles, how many number of two-wheelers, or how many number of vehicles assemble per shift. There may be a target, maybe 800 numbers, maybe 1,000 numbers per shift they want to assemble. So friends, because of this, if drawing is available, worker knows which part is required to place at which location, so that only observing this drawing he can take this part and he will do the assembly. If suppose some problem occur, he will check the drawing and he will correct that one, so that there will not be any kind of ambiguity, there will not be any kind of problems while doing the assembly, so that whatever the target is set by industry, whatever the target is set by company, that is very able to achieved by our workers in industry. So that's why cycle time, because in industry they have calculated whenever they are going to give a target for per shift like 800 numbers, 1000 numbers, on the basis of cycle time already they have calculated how much required standard time to do assembly. So when he has understand what kind of standard time he required to do assembly, then and then he is giving a target to a worker. So that's why whatever the drawing is available, then it is very easy to worker to achieve that target. Now friends, so many companies are set some robotic lines. So they are using some kind of robotic lines on their assembly line. So here also friends, how drawing is helping the robots, like while the programmer is doing program for a robot is nothing but it is a machine. He will not do any kind of thing by itself. Okay. So for this purpose, what required to do, the programmer, he required to first of all understand this assembly drawing, or we can say layout drawing. And when the programmer can understand the layout drawing, he can prepare a program properly for the robots, and then that program we are going to install to robot, and then robot according to algorithm, according to program, he is going to do execution, he is going to do or giving the output and giving some kind of assembly of this part. So friends, if you want to do a manually, if you want to use robotic line, this layout assembly drawing is very much important in industry. Then friend, next one is the installation drawing. So what is this installation drawing? In this drawing, how to install or erect a machine or structure is highlighted. Dimension of a few important part, overall dimension of assembled unit is indication. So friends, install or erect a machine part structure is highlighted means that, so every time if you know this one, when you are purchasing your mobile, with your mobile they have provided some kind of user manual. So user manual means that in this manual, with about your mobile, everything is provided. If you want to replace your battery, how you want to open whatever the back cover of your mobile, if you want to insert SIM card, if you want to remove the SIM card from your mobile, what is the process? There is required some kind of process guidelines we require to follow. Okay, if you want to repair your mobile, which thing required to follow? How we are going to open your mobile? It means that how we are going to erect the parts, because when we are going to do a assembly properly, there is required some standard guidelines how to disassemble our product. Okay, so many times we cannot understand how to remove our back cover of your mobile. Then if you read the manual, in this manual they have given some kind of locations. If you want to remove the cover, there is some kind of pinpoints. Okay, if you follow the proper that process, then it is very easy to remove that back cover. So it means that the installation drawing will guide you how to disassemble the part, friends. So because of this, friends, assembly drawing is not only useful for manufacturing, not only useful for assembly, that is also useful after sales and service. Okay, because so many times if we want to do a maintenance, we want to do a repair, that time also this drawing is helpful. Then friends, next one is the working assembly drawing. Working drawing of machine consists of detailed drawing giving all necessary information for the production of individual parts, and assembly drawing shows the location of each component of the machine. So friends, working assembly drawings means that how your part is going to work, because so many times whatever the parts we have made arrangement, what is the movement of the parts, when one part is moving, how other parts moving. Okay, so what is the interrelation between these parts, that we are going to highlight inside your working assembly drawing. Then friends, general assembly drawing shows the details drawing of the individual part, some assembly and the assembly drawing of the machine. So friends, when we are going to do a big assembly or we are going to assemble a big machine, that time first of all we require to do a sub assembly. When we are doing a sub assembly, at the end we are going to collect every sub assembly and then we are going to do a our component main product. So friends, general assembly drawing will shows you how many number of there are having sub assemblies are present, so that every time we are going to assemble these parts and we are going to understand about the individual parts. Then friends, requirement of assembly drawing. So how many things we require to include into our assembly drawings? So these things are very much important friends. If we are not shown properly whatever requirement is in assembly drawing, then it is very difficult to imagine the part. So first thing is required to understand is the views. Friends, the views either top, bottom, side, which shows all the individual components and their respective location. Additional view can be provided only when they add necessary information. So friends, when how many views we are able to understand, how many things we require to provide on a views. Sometimes only one view is not possible, or it is very difficult to understand, imagine the component or imagine the assembly. If you give only front view, it is difficult to understand. So proper selection of views are important. Sometimes front view and top view is okay, or we can say it is sufficient. Sometimes front view, top view along with this side view, right hand side view, left hand side view. Sometimes only right hand side view is required, sometimes only left hand side view is required, and sometimes both the side views are required, because sometimes the components are if component is symmetrical, then only one side view is sufficient. If component is not symmetrical, then both right hand side view, left hand side view is required. So friend, sometimes some auxiliary views are also required. So if component is very complex, then it is very difficult to understand in only these views. So that time we are going to use extra view, that is called a auxiliary view. Again friends, next one is the sectioning. Components or parts should be sectioned, half or partial, show important or hidden details. So friends, sometimes it is very difficult to understand how it looks inside. Then we are going to take a sectional view. So in a front view, if we are not able to understand what is going inside, we will take a sectional. We are going to take a section. It may be XY, it may be a ZZ section we are going to take, and that we are going to show in a top view. Okay, so we are going to show a sectional view, and that sectional we are going to do some kind of hatching. Hatching is we are going to do by which parts are solid parts, that solid parts we are going to do a hatching marks. Okay friends, so these are the very much important thing here. So if you want to understand how it looks from inside, part is very difficult when we are going to see only outside. That time we are going to take sectioning, and separate sectional view we are going to draw, so that you will understand how it looks from inside. Then next one is the dotted lines. Friends, dotted lines should not be present in assembly drawing when proper section is done. In case of partial section views, the dotted lines may be drawn to clear the detail of the part. So friends, most of the time we are going to show a dotted line in assembly drawing. So it is a practice like this. We are not showing most of the time dotted lines in a drawing, in assembly drawing. So friends, next one is the dimensions. So overall dimensions and center to center distance made easy to understand the drawing, also clear the relationship between the various components and parts. So dimensions, only the overall dimensions, means whatever the most important dimensions are, only we are showing in assembly drawing. In a detailed drawing, we are going to show every dimension very detailed, but in assembly drawing only we are showing those dimensions are only necessary. Okay, means if you want to show a center to center distance between the two parts, okay, because in assembly we have made assembly of maybe of two parts, so distance between two center to centers we are going to show that dimension in a drawing. So friends, next one is important thing is the bill of material. The number marked on the drawings identifies every component of the machine on assembly drawing. So friends, bill of material is very much important entity on this assembly drawing. So in assembly drawings, what we are going to do, we are going to give a number to every part. So there is, suppose there is having 5 to 8 components assembled. So every parts we are going to give a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and these 8 numbers, what is mean by this? This you are going to get the information in a bill of material. So in a bill of material, friends, there is a first column is serial numbers. So how many number of components, like 1 to 8. Then the name of this component, whether it is a pulley, whether it is a main block, whether it is center block, whether it is gear, whether it is a pump. What is this mean? Okay, what is this mean? One number is which, whether one number is a pin, then 2, whether it is maybe a pulley, 3, whether it is maybe a pump, 4, it is maybe a washer, 5, maybe a shaft. What is mean by these numbers? That you are going to understand in a bill of material. So bill of material, friends, are a very much important thing. Then here we are going to get also the materials, which material we are going to use in a manufacturing. So whether it is a cast iron, whether it is a steel, whether it is aluminum, whether it is a brass. So what type of material we are required, that we are going to mention in this bill of material. Okay, so every in front of every component, if there is a pin, what is the material, whether it is steel, we are going to write down in front of that name. And after this, how many number of components we have used, whether we have used single numbers, we will show one number, whether we have used 2 times, we are going to show number 2, whether we are using 3 times, we are going to use 3. So that, friends, by reading this bill of material, you will understand how many number of times this component is using in your assembly. So friends, this is you are going to help at the time of making a detailed drawing. So only when we are going to make a detailed drawing, that time just you will read this bill of material and just locate where is this where this component is located, and that drawing you require to draw separately, so for your study purpose. So in industry, as per this, they are going to decided what kind of things are mentioned, whether we are going to do a manufacturing or whether we are going to take from outside ready-made, because some nut washers are available ready-made in available outside in a shop. Okay, so in a shop they are made in a bulk. So some standard components like nut, washers are available. So whatever if they are mentioned in our bill of material, that we are going to purchase from outside. So friends, these are the things I think we have seen in today's lecture, and few more things are also remaining. So friends, that things are we are going to see in our next lecture. So friends, I hope you have enjoyed our today's lecture, and hopes you again visit my channel to get further information about this, whatever the assembly drawings and detail drawings about. So friends, stay home, stay safe, and remain healthy in this situation of corona. So friends, thank you very much for listening my lecture very carefully. Thanks once again.